Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I wanted to tell you, I've been on Match.com and haven't had no luck. I get a lot of women write me back and say, you know, I got a really good profile, and I really sound interesting and all that kind of stuff, you know. But it stops there. It doesn't go any further than that. So, you know, I don't know what the story is on it. So, but anyway, next week I'm going to be heading back to the States, and I'm not going to have time to really, you know, get on the computer all that much. So now it's going to be a whole lot different. And so anyway, so I changed my profile because a lot of times they'll have on there, you know, I can function well in a black dress, and I can do good with jeans. And this is what they say, you know, in other words, you know, they're classy and they're down to earth kind of at the same time. And so I thought, well, you know, hey, I can do that good. So I put on there, yeah, I can function well in a tuxedo at a state dinner, and at the same time I can work well with jeans with a drug cartel camp in a tropical jungle. And I thought, you know, I'm having fun with all this stuff. You know, everybody takes all this stuff real serious, but you know, I'm serious about trying to find someone, but I'm not all that serious about life itself. I try to enjoy a lot of it. So that's what I come back with. And so I thought, well, and that's all I said. But I thought, well, I'm going to go on and share the rest of the story with you all. And what it is I was the first person to use concealed carry to stop a crime in progress in Kansas. And I think that was January 17th, 2007. And that's when I was in the convenience store, and the street gang came in to rob it. And, you know, they pointed a gun at me, and I opened up on them. So, but anyway, I was the first one. And it ended up, they invited me to the dinner. And so, and it ended up, it was the dinner was all the state senators and representatives that, you know, that passed the concealed carry bill for Kansas. This was in Kansas. I'm from Oklahoma. And so, so they invited me to come talk to that. So that's what that was all about. It was funny because I went in there and I thought I was going to give them hell, you know, because the governments are so screwed up. And so I got in there and I was all ready to chew them out, and it ended up they were talking about how screwed up the federal government was, and they have to pass certain bills to get money, to get grants and, you know, like highway funds, like the seatbelt. I was going to give them hell about the seatbelt, and that's what they were saying. It, you know, they were so mad that they had to pass the seatbelt law to get their funding for the highway funding. So, you know, I learned a lot out of that dinner right there. I learned a lot. So, but it was funny that, okay, I'm at a state dinner. What do you think I talk about on a state dinner? And what do you think I talk about in the jungles with the drug cartel? A bunch of bandits. You know, what do you think I talk about? Okay, the politicians, what do I talk about? Shooting people, using concealed carry to be able to defend myself. And then what do I talk about in the drug cartel? Of course, health. How to be naturally healthy. You know, it's so funny. The reasons that I'm at both extremes, and it turns out to be a reason that to me doesn't even make sense. You know, you'd think I'd be talking to the state senators and representatives and stuff like that about health and you know, how the community needs to be healthy and stuff like that. Instead of that, I'm over there talking about shooting people. And then here I am out in the jungle with all these killers. And what am I talking about? How to stay naturally healthy. So, I mean, it's the funniest thing. And I don't know if I told you the story about the drug cartel people, but I was stopped. And remember, I don't speak Spanish. So they stopped me, and I was with Xena with my dog on the motorcycle. And they stopped me. And I don't know if they were going to rob me, going to kill me. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't speak the language. So, but it ended up, I got my table off. I found somebody with a sore back. I took my table off the motorcycle, put it under the shade tree, and I worked them over and made them feel good. And then when I got done working on them, and then they said, well, come on. So I followed them. And then we went back into the jungle. And then here I'm going back into the jungle. And I'm thinking, after I help these guys, I can't believe they're going to take me back here and kill me. Because that's normally what they do. They take you back into the jungle. They don't kill you right there on the street. Sometimes they do. But a lot of times they'll take you back off into the jungle and kill you. So I thought, well, that's what they're going to do, is take me back there and kill me. Even after I helped them. And so it ended up, we're going back in the jungle. And then all of a sudden, there's a clearing. It's clear. And then, what is it? A big fancy house. And I'm thinking, well, what's going on? So I stop and I'm waiting there, and I see all this time I'm thinking there's a bunch of bandits. Okay, and then so I sit there and wait, and then some of them went inside, and then they come out, and then this guy comes out, and wouldn't you know, he could speak English. He was real nice and real pleasant. And then so I ended up, I worked on him, I worked on his wife, and I worked on his mother. And then after I got done with all of them, and then he says, well, hey, now you need to stay for supper, And he's real friendly, real nice. And I say, he spoke English, so it was real good. And I said, well, yeah. By then, I done figured out this is something to do with the drug cartel. I don't know what, but, it has something to do with them. So then I said, no, thank you. I better get on down the road. And then he says, oh, well, okay. And then he gave me his phone number, and he says, now don't forget, the next time you come, just come on, stop on by. I go, oh yeah, I'm gonna make it a point. I'll come right on by and see you next time I come through. It was funny. He asked me to spend the night and have dinner and then spend the night. I go, no, it's okay. I got to get going. But it was so funny. It wasn't funny at the time, but afterwards it was so funny. But anyway, so this the story about being comfortable with a tuxedo at a state dinner and wearing jeans when you're with the drug cartel in the tropical jungles. Thank you. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.